Hello everyone, it's WHM Burkers back with another video, and today I am going to basically walking you through kind of a review, more just kind of walking you through this ATT model. And now I've already done this sort of, and I did it, but I have greatly improved it since then, and I'm really happy with this. So I originally decided to build Brickalier Bricks' ATT. This took 4 501st Battle Packs, and its model was insane considering it used no extra pieces, but it wasn't the sturdiest thing, and I totally understand that. You don't really have that kind of luxury when you're building an alternate build, and it was an amazing model considering that. So I'll link his channel below. Go check him out. He builds some insane models. He basically, so far, I've only seen him do alternate builds, but the alternate builds that he does do are really good, and they're really amazing considering he's only using the battle packs that he's used. He also has that pretty much, so go check him out. Alright, now I'm going to walk you through this. So I originally built his model, and then I modified it a little bit and thought it was sturdy. It wasn't. So I modified it more, and I've now finally gotten it to a stage where I'm happy with the way it looks. I've got a full interior, I've got easy to reach side panels, the legs are sturdy enough to hold it up, it's got a Technic core, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and it just works. And I'm really happy I'm getting to use this in the Mos Eisley mock. That's why I'm really doing this video now. It's going to be a lead up, going to fill that space between my last update and then the finale, which will come out in about a week. So if you're looking forward to any of that, please hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so we're going to start up top with the cannon. I think I've already showed you this in the last video, but I'm going to quickly run through it again. It's a really nice model. This is not what Brickalier Bricks used. He had another version that was really good for the parts he was using again. I just felt like it needed to be a little bit smaller, and I could not achieve that with only the parts in the set. So I decided to grab into my bins and create my own cannon. I really like the way this turned out. I think it looks really good. I would have wished to kind of have like a little bit more around the sides of this, but I think it looks good. Anyways, more or less. And it spins a full 360 degrees. And it's pretty sturdy. I mean, it's a little bit wobbly, but that's okay. You got a cockpit, it won't lean forward as much as it does now. Now, the cockpit was something I have changed since last time. I was looking at some photos of these guys, and I was noticing that there are actually 2 pilots who fit inside. So I redid it. I did add that windshield piece in there. I stuck this out next to their plate so that this would fit in when another guy was sitting in there. This is not the greatest system. You pop this off and half of these come off. It doesn't work great, but it'll come off. And that's really what's necessary. So I'm going to tip this up, and as you can kind of see in there, you've got a seat in the back. That's for one minifigure. And then you've got another seat for a second minifigure that would sit right there. There are 2 little control panels in on the sides that you can see right there. And then the same is on the other side. And I'm actually really happy with the way that this turned out. I think it looks really good, and it fulfills the purpose. And there's also a control panel on the front for that guy, if you didn't already know that. So then I just place this back on, and then you can put all the pieces back together, and it really flows better. It actually doesn't connect to the body as well, but the actual cockpit itself is a little bit more sturdy. And it's just easier to access the interior overall. Now moving to the sides, you'll notice that the legs are the same as before. I have not changed anything about them. Nothing has changed. The side panels do still come off in the same mechanism using this Technic and then in here. But now I have a full interior. The black is pretty much where the Clone Troopers sit. And you can take off the other side panel. Now you will have a little bit better view. Tons of clips, little holes for the blasters. But there would be a Clone Trooper sits here, 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 here. You can fit a lot of Clone Troopers in here. I actually don't know the exact number. I believe it's around 12 or 13, maybe 15. I'm not positive. But it really works. And I also added in a nice wall at this back here. And then made this area a little bit more finished. So it just kind of fills the space a little better. And I really like the way it looks from that. Now, if I put these back on, you'll notice that the back is very different than what I had before. And that is true because what I decided to do, I'm going to take this cannon off. There actually technically should be another one. I'm not positive where it is. I'll find it for the finale. But just to give you a better view of this new piece that I've added, these actually, if you really want to move the back, take the back off, these would come out. And then you can just pop it right off. It's just connected with some 1x4 with studs on it. These just kind of fill in the gaps here. But it's a very simple piece. It actually just has a nice angle to it, unlike the other last one. Just because there weren't a lot of angle pieces in the 501st Battle Pack. And so I was able to achieve something better with other pieces that didn't come in the set. I was able to keep some parts of it like this curved back, which I really like. It makes it feel really clean, slick, and overall just really nice. You do want to make sure you're placing it in the center because it doesn't quite look right if it's not, and it's really easy to get off, and you may think it's just not going in right. It's just that you don't have it placed right. These do tend to come off. They are not the most secure things. I have changed them so they're a little bit more sturdy, but they, it is Lego. It's not, and they have to be pretty thin to fit where they need to go. So they do tend to come off when folding them back in. But that's not too much of a problem because you don't really need to fold these around. It's just that when you do want to access that, it can be sort of a problem. Alright, now moving around to the other side, it is exactly the same. Same thing, same features. Only thing you might notice is different is that I have two of these instead of one because I had to redo it in a different way. That will be on the bottom, and we'll talk about the Technic later. And then on the very front, you will notice that right here, I do have 4 cannons. These are the same cannons. I really like this cannon design. It looks really good, and it's all pieces from the 501st Battle Pack. And that's something that I found that was really cool about this model is I had 4 501st Battle Packs. So I was able to buy them. I bought them for this model, and I was really happy with the result. I just didn't feel like it was sturdy enough, and I think that's something that you'll find a lot. And people who are like me, who have a collection like this, can easily modify it to make it just a little bit more sturdy. I only used a little bit of Technic. You don't need to go to all these lengths. It already has sort of an interior. It already has places to put your minifigures and all that. So, and you can also order the parts on Bricklink if you don't have them, or from Lego.com, and it's not that hard. So now let's move on to the bottom. So I'm going to actually take both of these off just so that they don't fall off. But as you can see, it's a pretty sturdy core. I did change what the core looked like. And then flipping it over, you have the bottom. So what I have here is basically an assortment of Technic and non-Technic. So I have basically bricks just down the center. These are pretty, and they're locked together using some of these. This is actually a piece. It's weird. It's got a hole on either end, and it's got Technic. So it is technically locked in by Technic by this plate. Then they lock it in. The Technic connects into this, and those connect to those, which connect to these on either end. This is a little more complicated because I use this weird thing with beams. I can't really tell which one's sturdier. I actually think this one might be. But both ones work. Both ones get the job done. And then you'll notice here and here and here and here, I have got these little things that are just connecting, holding these two together because they were tending to pop off because that was the only thing that wasn't held to this main core, which is now very sturdy with the Technic. And that pretty much fixed my problems, and I was really happy with that. And it didn't take me very long to build this Technic core. And other than that, on the bottom, I didn't change anything. I did, since I wasn't using these in other places, I just put them all right here. It just adds a little bit more support and stability to the model. That's what was kind of supporting the entire thing before, and that just wasn't sturdy enough. It was what you had in the 501st Battle Pack, but it wasn't sturdy enough to really hold up. It was sturdy enough to hold up the model. It wasn't sturdy enough to move the model around, and the legs were constantly breaking and that kind of thing. It was more of a display. You display it, you put it on a shelf, and it just stays on that shelf. You don't move it. You don't do anything with it because otherwise it will start to break and fall apart. But that actually pretty much wraps up this review. I'm really, really, really happy with this model. I think it looks phenomenal. I think Bricklayer Bricks did an amazing job. It just needed a few tweaks that he does alternate builds, so I get what he's doing. He did an amazing job for what the pieces he had on hand and what he was trying to do. So go check that out. Definitely drop him a subscribe, drop him a like. Yeah, I'm really excited to use this in my Mos Eisley MOC. It should be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get that finale out. I've been chunking up the place a little bit more, adding a bunch more details. As you probably saw, maybe if you're subscribed to the channel, if you haven't seen it yet, go check out the minifigure video with all the minifigures that I'm including. I just dropped that one, I believe a day ago. And then look forward to the trailer, which should come out in a couple of days. And then about probably 3 days after the trailer comes out, we'll have the finale. And then 3 days after that, we'll have the cinematic. So definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of this future content. I'm really excited to bring all of this to you. I'm really, really happy with the way all of this is shaping out. Also, if you want to see any other kind of Star Wars reviews, alternate builds, I do a few of those, or more of improvements, please hit that subscribe button. And then like this video if you liked the video. And I hope you all enjoyed it. This is WHM Brick Bros signing off. I'll see y'all guys next time. Goodbye.